EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his second season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on speed other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 16 carries, 72 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
But Charles, we've seen some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is the number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll start with the option. Runs over him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The Colts sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Richardson now on 2nd down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to have a his receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get...
And he'll get it. He's over for a touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Colts are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Deshaun Watson, and when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You look at this Colt defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass? Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. To throw is Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright, and it comes back, it's no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
And they'll begin by running the option. There he goes left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Richardson on the bootleg here. They'll roll him out right. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
65 catch, 65 catch.
Richardson to throw off play action. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 10 to 11, 10 to 11.
3rd and long for Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. Touchdown! Josh Downs from 3 yards out. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Yeah, they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And good vision there as it's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson, the bootleg. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Samson Abuka just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a play, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
Yeah, big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rodney McLeod. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know.
Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back out.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Harrison Bryant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 8. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Richardson hit and he fumbles it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll look to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
79 Broncos.
Here's Richardson to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Throw left side taken in by Pittman. Touchdown, Browns! Michael Pittman from 10 yards out, and the Browns have moved out in front. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. On the option to give to Taylor here. And this is going to be a Colts first down as good running gets them to about the 44. Richardson has to get them to the line in a hurry now. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Pressure comes and down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. Now Richardson looking for Woods again, and he finds him. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Touchdown, Colts! DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Colts have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. So thanks to the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Colts.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
And they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Now a first down throw, Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first and 10, Watson. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Watson. That pass complete to Moore. So he stopped for no gain. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're going to bounce when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Watson on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll run run for it. Here's Chubb. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Watson. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. York able to send this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Okay, ready?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Go.
Richardson on 2nd and 10. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw pulled in by Woods. And quickly, they get to the line.
And the Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Ashton Doolin. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Colts get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Browns.
Now Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And this is caught. He hits more. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a...
All the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 42 yards. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. Oh, good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Colts.
Again, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. To throw is Watson. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Here's Watson. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And the Browns, 1st down.
Watson now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Watson. Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Watson looks to throw again. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further, escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now it's Watson. And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns get a bit closer. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 1st and 10, Taylor now. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Out.
Watson on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And now they're in the hurry-up. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's going to be taken in by Downs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Richardson to the air on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And that's another throw that could have been intercepted. Part of this, you credit the defense. They've been really stingy. But he's also made some really questionable throws, and that's another one right there.
Got it. Ready?
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Richardson to throw off play action. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns set to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. To the air yet again, Watson. He's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their